don't see it. It has been a long time.
This is an intro. We're going to see Neelix die. Death comes for him at last. But he gets better. It's a little
The weirdest thing is
disappointing.
it's such a bizarre premise, but it's like executed like somewhat
Perfectly?
successfully. Yeah.
YouTube chat.
I
Come on, chat in
dare,
Discord.
I dare say even this is actually a pretty good episode.
I don't really remember much of it other than it's full of existential dread and there's a tree.
It's completely silly, but it's I mean, like, it's not necessarily like it's a stupid sounding premise, but in terms of like, it's not necessarily executed badly. And I think if the character was anyone other than Neelix, this would generally be considered to be a pretty unironically good episode.
Like, if you made this Chakotay's NDE, and you have him think, I didn't see anything. I didn't see the hunting grounds. I didn't see any of my ancestors. What the fuck is going on?
Well, that would be a lot worse, because we'd have more Chakotay. But like, if Harry Kim died again, or Harry Kim got over being
I didn't
dead
see the great clarinet in the sky.
I'm still an ensign.
They should either... Voyager should have either really leaned into the fact that Harry Kim is dying multiple times, or, like, they should have him lean into it a lot and everyone just ignores it.
See,
Harry
this is
Kim is stuck in a perpetual reincarnation loop where he only can escape limbo once he deserves to be promoted from ensign.
But he's
Once he
tainted
earns
by
it.
like some original sin.
Also, the other episodes are Concerning Flight, where Gimli builds a flying bird, a mechanical bird, and Waking Moments, where Tuvok gets naked.
Ooh.
And that's all we need to know, really.
Do you think Tim Russ became such a fierce anti-piracy advocate later? Well, not necessarily a fierce anti-piracy advocate, I should say. He did voiceover work for a couple anti-piracy PSAs.
After it does job.
Yeah, just so he could like discourage people from watching Star Trek Voyager.
Because of piracy?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Concerning Flight. Concerning Flight's good. It's about Gimli goes for a walk on the surface of some planet. He's like, oh yes, the great city of America. Look at all these fantastic inventions. It's like, no, Gimli, it's just... Come on, man.
Space. You knew the Earth was round and stuff.
Wouldn't he just immediately start freaking out whenever he looked up into the stars and realized he doesn't recognize any constellations?
I forgot.
He's too busy looking at all the phasers.
Was Gimli before or after Galileo?
Like, I'm pretty sure Tolkien wrote his books quite a while after Galileo. I don't know what you mean, actually. What do you mean?
Was Da Vinci before or after Galileo?
Oh, the real one. Okay. I think he was after, wasn't he? Quite a ways after?
I feel like he was after.
He feels long, like Da Vinci feels like he was like 1700s, and Galileo feels like 13s.
Oh, he was way before 1700s. Freaking Da Vinci hanging out with John Locke? That's just absurd.
Da Vinci was 1452 to 1519. Okay. And when was Galileo? Galileo was 1564 to 1642. So they were... Wow, Galileo was actually after.
Wow, I'm surprised people during the Renaissance didn't figure out like optics and stuff. What a bunch of
Galileo was born 45 years after Da Vinci died. Oh, also we're queuing up Concerning Flight in 30 seconds. Everyone get ready to press play. We're going to press play on Concerning Flight in 25 seconds. The episode's called Concerning Flight because there's the mechanical bird thing. That's all there is to it. It's just a bird.
Bird.
And it's a real bird. Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
What they should have done here is they should have had done like, hey, Da Vinci, check this out. This is a warp nacelle. It uses antimatter to propel our starship at relativistic speeds, and you don't know what any of those words even mean. Get wrecked.
It's a
I just
hologram.
want-
It doesn't matter. You can throw pots and pans at people.
I want him to shout out the window, Ish kakwi, I dorognul. Why? He's just shouting in Italian. But he's the only person in Italy who speaks Italian.
Honestly, I think my holodeck novel, what do you call them? Master, icon. The person I would vibe the most with would probably be Gots of the Iron Hand.
Goths of the Iron Hand?
Yeah, he was a nobleman who became a mercenary, got his hand blown off by a cannon, got a really cool metal prosthetic, had several bans and levied against him by the Holy Roman Empire.
And you want to hang out with Mr. Hand?
Well, he's also, am I allowed to curse on this stream?
Yes, you can curse.
You do it.
He popularized the phrase "lick my ass."
Okay.
I just
In the
hang
original
out with, like,
German.
I would just hang out with like holographic duplicates of myself.
Oh God, I would try to kill myself after an hour.
I'd have like 30 of them, and we'd all like.
I mean, it's endearing when
know.
Rios does it, but nobody else is allowed to.
We'd all do like
A council of everyone's favorites, like the Council of Richards.
we'd have like we'd like do synchronized dances and like march in formation, and like the whole picket signs that all say how great we are, something like that.
If I made a dozen exact copies of myself, I could have a perfectly balanced Stellaris game.
Who would win though?
Ryan.
I don't know. Ryan's not really as good as Ryan.
Ryan's gonna be Ryan. Ryan's Ryan.
Right.
Ryan, son of Ryan.
And yesterday's Stellaris game, what did we do? We
Prepared to kill you.
Yeah. We
Except you're trying to
went
kill
with
me.
my time-tested strategy of forming a federation, become ruler of the federation, and then, like, once I get to the point where I can kick people out of the federation, I just start doing that, and then I vassalize them or attack them using the fleet that they helped build.
I missed the cold open. What episode are we watching?
Concerning flight.
It's a really worrying
What?
flight. Freaks me out.
Concerning flight?
Yeah, I don't like it. It's concerning.
Yeah, of course. He fell into the river Arno. He built this whole contraption.
He probably has 12 diseases by landing in a city river.
Yeah, this is
a
like
1500s Venice river. No, thanks.
That's definitely sewage water.
Oh wait,
Hey,
actually, are they rivers or canals?
If you have the means and you want to see Venice, see it now, because pretty soon it'll be underwater. Every year it gets lower and lower, or
Also,
the water gets higher and higher.
They're sick of the tourists. They're gonna throw you out.
What are you talking about? Like, tourism is their main industry. I mean, they might not tolerate
all of these like British people showing up with like motorized surfboards or whatever, and it's a whole thing. Can you imagine, like, this is like this, like, ancient Italian city, and then like a bunch of like Minnesotans on like cruise through on like a pontoon.
Oh yeah, someone has to steal Gimli. Why do so many alien starships have wings?
It's for atmospheric flight.
Is it?
It's just for style. It's for style.
It's radiators. It's
So a long time ago, I tried to be. I was
Go
trying to
on.
do spaceship models for a Half-Life mod called Eternal Silence, and I was like, "Hey guys, why do all the space fighters have wings? We don't need wings." And they're like, it's like for style, is to convey that they fly." I'm like, "Well, they don't fly; they're spaceships." So
That is a good point.
We see a
I'm
bird
like,
of prey
they
fly
could
in
be
the
out,
atmosphere like once or twice, but it doesn't need the wings. It
but
just like hovers.
it doesn't need the wings, right?
They don't do
They could just be
anything.
spheres. You know, they could be a cube. It could be any shape. It's just a spaceship.
Well, no, cubes are taken. Only one shape. Only one species can have one shape.
You have spheres, cubes, and diamonds. And diamonds are just cubes on turned on their corner.
I think wings are mainly a holdover from the aviation history of the society they come from. Vulcans don't usually have wings on their ships, and they're a more logical kind of race. Same thing with like Borg in a way.
Oh,
Well,
Vulcans are
they
a
have the
super logical
rings.
race, so they know that
So
birds
maybe they
aren't
had
real,
ring.
so
Yeah,
they
I mean,
didn't model their ships off birds.
the wings are.
Maybe they
completely-
had their ships had rings, so maybe they had aircraft that had ring wings because those are a thing.
Like, it'd be interesting to think about the political climate around when Romulus split off from Vulcan and how their differing ship designs may have, pointed towards a political debate about what direction to take starships, whether it's the sentimental, we have wings, this is our history, or completely logical efficiency.
so are you saying that like the Vulcans were huge fans of the Coleoptere?
Essentially, I suppose.
I mean, I know that the Romulans are wearing the same headdresses that are depicted in Spock Amok.
Could be another interesting cultural holdover that goes back tens of thousands of years. And that's why they both still share that, Could be interesting to think about.
I mean, I did plan on playing a linguist for a friend Star Trek Adventures game and say something really interesting like, yes, truth and treasure are actually the same word on Romulus.
Ooh.
Wait, does Harry have a crush on Seven?
I think here's the thing, I think he does, I just don't think he knows what to do with her.
Yes, but I think the same thing. He just doesn't know what to do with her.
That's too much
Seven
woman
of
for
Nine
Harry.
is very refined. Is a woman with very refined tastes. She doesn't settle for less than perfection. So what you gotta
Oh
do
God,
is
Harry
you got
outranks Seven. Why?
I could kind of see them working out a little bit, like a weird odd couple situation, like she's really good technologically and
Robo, you're
he's a little bit
echoing.
more.
Delete the
think-
echo.
I think they've on at the I think at the end I think at the end they
Oh no.
I think at the end all worked out.
It's like a remix. I think at the end of time.
I think Honey, I assimilated the kids.
Mhm.
Honey, resistance is futile.
I watch Voyager though.
Wait, what about the rest of the security team? What are they doing?
Probably training to be hazard team members.
Now, how come we never see Janeway use the hazard team in Voyager?
Seven don't need no man, which is why she dates a woman. In Picard, it works out.
There's
Robo,
an
you're
echo
still
from
echoing.
Cal.
It might not be an echo. It might be a phase shift in the temporal continuum.
Yeah, maybe we just gotta
Patient.
realign some chronotons with the
No.
deflector dish here.
Turbo certainly
Yeah.
muted.
That's only a temporary measure. We'll need to realign the deflector dish.
I thought you bounced
know
your graviton particle beam off the main deflector dish.
Yeah, so we got to realign it first so the angles are right.
You know what we should do before we watch these episodes is we should watch the really dorky
To America!
TV promos they had for all of these. Because like, how do you sell like the
Sorry,
Neelix
Rob, we
dies?
have to
Oh,
type
you know,
in chat.
I completely agree because you have that wind up before the episode starts.
Yeah,
where everything's
and like
gone.
the episode promos that they aired, you know, before they were broadcast, are just like the silliest looking things in the world.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
Sorry, Rob.
you have to explain these absurd premises and have it, and you're like trying to make it sound exciting, and they're like, and the next time on Star Trek Voyager, the Doctor becomes an opera singer. What?
What happens when you find a civilization that's never heard of music?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Neelix is gonna die.
Neelix dies? Question. Find out in the next Star Trek Voyager.
So he thinks that all of Europe and Asia and Africa are like using wooden chips and swords and maybe a little black powder. And meanwhile in America,
Repeat.
we're okay.
USA.
Just
USA.
just private message me when you've gotten headphones. Meanwhile in America, they've got like spaceships and laser guns.
Yeah, it's a whole new world out there.
Does Da Vinci think the natives had this?
Yeah, like back then there was no no frame of reference for what the native population of America was actually like.
So this would be like based on his age, like 1490, or maybe 1500.
Yeah, before American colonization efforts, more widespread documentation.
Maybe that's just what they thought California was like. I mean, I'm not.
This was
I
like
think,
during or just after Christopher Columbus.
yeah, like the whole. It's an absurd thing. I'm not standing by it, but I like this thing because like
It would have been like a science fiction thought of their day, you know?
Oh, he's got the alien spaceship control sphere next to his little parchment wing.
Now, this sounds kind of jacked, but I would love to see an episode where they bring like a genius from the past and just have them like doink around with modern technology.
there's
Moriarty?
the holodeck scene where like Data's like playing chess or he's playing poker with like Isaac Newton and Stephen Hawking, and doesn't he says like, oh yeah, relativity is actually like XYZ, and they're like, oh huh, call.
Do not patronize me, sir. I invented physics. It's like, Newton, no, you don't know anything.
Newton, you dumb bitch.
A first-year physics student knows way more than Newton. No, you needed that. You can't just disintegrate parts of your lab. What are you doing?
He wrote the book on gravity, but he couldn't attract nobody.
The hologram. It starts
The
to
scene
hologram.
with
Don't worry about it.
the physicist playing poker, that's the one where Barkley gets super smart and like takes them to the center of the galaxy or something.
That was a good episode.
It was. And I kind of liked it because
That's like the
aliens
best
probably
part of
wouldn't.
the episode.
Because It reminds me of that Neil deGrasse Tyson speech about sending probes versus exploring personally.
That guy actually looks like he has a hazard team uniform on, just saying. Like the bandolier.
I mean, he does. They took that from Voyager.
Yeah.
They took that from Voyager.
Yeah.
Ah, Kevin, now you're echoing.
Sorry. That was
The,
just,
It's all in your head, Ryan.
the
I was
phase
making
temporal
sure I
difference
wasn't
is
speaking.
spreading,
See
sir.
this? I fixed it.
Let me Robo see if he's fixed. Echo 1, Echo 2. Oh, I think we're okay. Okay. Plasma grenades. Those stick. Oh, no, he's echoing again. Dang it,
Oh, yeah,
Robo.
let's keep him that way.
Do you have a pointed stick?
And the time warp.
He looks like a zombie Kazon.
Maybe a Kazon with the phage.
He's a K's off.
If the Kazon became the dominant species and spread throughout the galaxy and became a progenitor race,
Don't you
Every-
dare think about that.
no, but every race that came after them would be a Kazoid. God, we could have Kazon everywhere.
We already have Kazon everywhere. They did really, really well taking over the Delta Quadrant for some reason. It took Voyager like a year just to get through their space. They had to deal with the Kazon longer than they had to deal with the Borg.
You sure, Tuvok? Where is Tim Russ from?
He's from Vulcan.
Tim Russ himself?
Yeah.
Okay, he was born in Washington, D.C. I was like,
Vulcan.
because I can't, go off his accent. I was like, oh, is he from New York or California or Texas? It's like, I don't know. He's Vulcan.
Hello, Mr. Vulcan.
Reactor, not the actual species.
No, Vulcans are
That might
typically
be
from
possible.
Washington these days.
Oh.
From the little Vulcan neighborhood.
He said the thing. Have you guys been to Vulcan? I should go to Vulcan.
I think I'll go Monday.
Ryan, we should do like an in-person meetup on Vulcan sometime. Like, as a celebration for finishing the whole show.
Maybe.
How do you even get to Vulcan? I'm looking at pictures of it. It's
Starship!
there's
you probably
nothing
get
there.
there via ferry.
There's lots of Vulcans on Vulcan.
No, there's
What
not.
do you
There's
think,
nothing
like,
there.
what do you think like the big
Warp
tourist
there.
attractions are that they used to like get people in the door? Do you think there is like a department of tourism on Vulcan at all, or do you think they just don't care?
Vulcan
think
has a
they have-
population of 953 residents.
As far as the planet Vulcan, they probably have a bit of a tourism thing, but mostly informational. Like plaques and stuff, and department that maintains that
Vulcan?
information and dissemination of it.
Oh, there is a Vulcan, Alberta. There's grain elevators.
We should go to the we should go to
Wow.
the original series TNG set recreation.
I don't think... Does that exist anymore?
It's still
Yeah,
around.
there's a restoration crew that's touring around science fiction conventions that has pieces of the Las Vegas attraction Star Trek: The Experience.
Hmm.
I had the
And
pleasure of riding on that when I was a kid, and oh my goodness, standing on the bridge was like nothing else.
Star
I was
Trek
there too. I was
Star
there too
Trek
back
The
in.
Experience actually made a very, very, very brief appearance in the Elvis movie.
Really?
You know, like when they make some transition to like Las Vegas, and because it's I forget the name of the director, like it's a really flashy movie. You know that like there's this psychedelic sequence, and you can see the sign for Star Trek: The
Oh,
Experience
hell yeah.
on screen for like a split second.
Yeah, and they even still have remains of the Star Trek the Experience, like
Okay,
some
that
outside the hotel, some inside like the lobby and other areas. You can still find remains on there. But yeah, I went in 2007. It was really good, and I really liked it. And I was even on the bridge, which was pretty cool.
There's a
Oh.
couple Borg drones still wandering around the premises trying to assimilate people.
so that line
Oh
by
yeah, I was there too.
Tuvok. These maps could not be improved upon by Voyager's topographic computer. That's crazy, right?
Mm.
Like, there's no way a hand-drawn map beats the Starship sensors.
A starship sensor.
Well, Leonardo da Vinci's an artist, and I guess you would consider artistry a lot of his science. You know, the two blended very much in his life.
Maybe it's art's subjective, Ryan.
Yeah, but back then it wasn't considered as subjective as it is these days. In a
Do you
way.
think? Do you think you could just like ask the like remember how they data like or someone worded a question really badly, and they accidentally created like Moriarty, who tried to like destroy the whole ship, and he was like a super genius. Do you think you could ask the holodeck or the computer just to like print out like a really really good painting? Is like, computer, can you give me the platonic concept of beauty? And he's like, beep boo boo beep beep beep, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but it would still be very by the numbers, so to speak. Unlike Data, who can create abstract expression, the enterprise computers especially are just designed to be libraries, as very smart libraries, as it's in the name of the system. Discovery's
Library.
computer would have a much better chance at abstract painting.
My
Yeah.
library.
Is it weird that I kind of love it when Voyager decides to go balls to the walls crazy?
Oh, yeah, that's the reason we like the show.
That's all the best Star Trek episodes, like the fantasy Strange New Worlds or the Q episodes, all of them.
Yeah.
When the show's crazy, it's good.
Like the one episode in Star Trek the Next Generation, my favorite episode is the Best of Both Worlds, and I know we've seen that, but I'm just saying that's my favorite episode. My mom likes it too. She's not as a Star Trek fan as I am, but she likes it.
My favorite episode is Star Trek Voyager Elite Force.
I think that's a little bit weird. When I was a kid, I used to always like Voyager, like that would be the only thing I would watch. But over time, I got used to other stuff. But when I was a kid, I was used to make Voyager. Like I didn't care about.
Hated discussion with Torres? What a shock.
Yeah, and Taurus was a crush on me, and it still kind of is. Not as much as. I mean, I'm not saying she's bad, but not as much as when I was a kid.
Voyager was my favorite as a kid as well. I tried watching DS9 when it was still premiering, but it just all went over my head. And I would constantly rewatch some TNG episodes on tape, and Trouble with Tribbles as well.
Mm-hmm. Is it weird that one of my favorite episodes of DS9 is the Trials and Tribulations episode, because you're just watching?
That's one of the all-time best ones.
because you're watching the actors legitimately nerd out about the set.
In Jatsuya's case, a little too much. Leave Spock alone.
Well, I mean, Farrell did marry.
Yeah.
She actually did end up marrying Nimoy's son.
Okay, that's gotta be weird for him. Like,
Yeah.
did he watch the episode where she's calling her father sexy? His father?
I don't know, but that just makes their relationship a bit funnier.
Are we sure Da Vinci's hand-drawn maps are better than this? Are we 100% on that?
Why am I still sick, Ryan?
Because your immune system sucks. Get a better one.
The whole point of this, of getting the boosters, is supposed to make me more powerful. What the fuck,
Booster.
Nintendo?
I think it's the booster.
Because I was sick immediately after I got my previous boosters, and this
Yeah.
started immediately after I got my current booster.
Yeah, it made you a little sick, so that you don't get sick in the future
side
by
effect.
something worse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like booking the disease in advance.
All right,
That's
time for
the-
dinner. See you guys.
All right,
See
see.
ya.
It's the side effects. I remember when I had my shots and boosters. I felt tired, but it wasn't. It wasn't bad. I just felt tired. I had a sore arm, but that's normal after getting a shot.
I think this might be the first case. I'm looking at a character holding a gun, and I don't think shooting her is actually the best choice.
Oh, what can I say, Ryan? You can't use gun on man forever.
I can hear it's also windy.
Robo, are you no longer echoing?
It shouldn't be.
Cold and windy.
Is it?
Test 1, test 2.
You
Okay.
I left my
Robo, you
headset.
right?
I thought I put my microphone in the upward and muted position, but apparently it wasn't quite muted, so you're probably hearing the headphone speakers themselves.
I was
Well, we weren't after I muted you.
and I
What's
was
that?
echoing a little bit. I was just testing some things out. I got a new computer last year.
Ooh.
Yeah. But this is just like after Christmas, it wasn't working for some reason. Kept returning it. Um, after they fixed it, I've still been having problems, and it was just back and forth trying to fix this. And just this last time they fixed it, it was working, and it's staying that way. I think, and it's only been a few months since it's been that way. Before it would work for a little bit, and then it would die again after a couple days or so. A few months at least. But it's been longer than that this time. It's still working. I don't want to jinx it, but it's still working.
So, okay. So, for Star Trek, the Janeway's telling him, "Oh, you have to go home. You have to leave. Europe is no. You have to leave because you're gonna run out of batteries.
Does that
Gotta go,
have a battery?
Leonardo." I assume so.
Yeah,
because
like there's
that
the
episode where
where-
Tuvok is trapped on that like weird time accelerated planet
yeah,
or
like, was that
decelerated
because
planet.
it's running out of batteries, or is it because they wanted to use the power generated by the mobile emitter for something else?
He was going to run out of batteries, so they had to shut him down.
I don't know.
When is
I
that
think
episode? With Tuvok's girlfriend?
yeah.
Is that the same actor?
Can we do
Okay.
watch along on Sliders? That'd be really
What?
cool to revisit Sliders. Sliders.
What are you talking about?
Remember
Sliders was a sci-fi TV show where this guy plays a professor, and then there's a girl and a musician and a fellow student who develops this technology that allows them to go between parallel universes, and they get lost. And every episode, they're going to another random parallel universe trying to get home.
So it's like Voyager, but without space travel.
Sorta.
More or less.
There's like an episode where like they go to Earth, but it's like after a nuclear war or something.
There's the first episode actually. They're in the United States, but the United States lost the Cold War, so it's like communist United States. And they try to buy a hot dog on the street with $1, and like a dollar is like a sign of the resistance. So like they get reported and captured, and yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right, everyone think of your homes right now. Which direction does your front door face? Because that will determine whether you're a thief.
Trick question, Ryan. My home doesn't have a door, and I'm trapped in here forever.
Oh, that explains a lot. That
My
makes
house
sense.
has a.
So
My
wait,
house has a
you would-
front. Sorry.
you would want the door facing away from the sun? Is that what is that what he's saying?
Yes.
What was his assertion?
You want the sun to be behind your house so anyone approaching is blinded. So your door should be facing away from the sun if you're a thief.
Oh.
Mine's facing. Mine's facing to the sun.
Okay, so Kevin's an honest man.
Like I try to be.
I mean, my door's facing south, which isn't east or west, so I don't know what to make of that.
That's facing the sun.
I'll be facing the sun probably.
It's facing the sun for part of the day.
In
Me too. I mean, mine
in the
doesn't
northern
do that
hemisphere-
all day.
In the northern hemisphere, the south side is what faces the sun all day.
That's... What do you mean? I've looked at the sun. It's not always...
Suns with an S?
No.
Ryan's
which is
a Tatooine American.
Oh my god, that would be... Okay, so... Replicators, food replicators in particular, they always give you, like, oh, perfect nutritional complement. They don't give you, like, full of sugar or whatever. They just give you nutrition stuff that tastes like cake. But if you wanted real cake, that would be the perfect override code. Janeway Pi 110. It'd be so good.
Good pie.
Dang it, Janeway. You couldn't take cover behind the machine? Don't worry about it, Gimlet. Just leave. Just just don't worry about it. Just let it happen. Don't worry. It's fine.
Just let it
It's like-
happen.
I I feel like if they ever have like try to understand their technology, they just say back in so and so, and they just see their eyes glaze over, and they say, you know what, never mind.
Like taking your car to the mechanic. Do you really want to know what was wrong with it?
Not
Yeah, I'll
really.
just fix it.
I mean, whenever I go to a doctor or a dentist, and I ask them what they're doing, so that way I can have like a medical play-by-play what's going on.
I like to not go under during surgery so I can like look at my own insides.
How often does this
You're
happen?
a braver man than me.
Well, surely
Uh,
every man is a braver man than you, as you are not a man.
Once a month, I like to rotate my organs out with like
You'll
other
be a
people.
brave man.
So like they get my liver for like a week, I get their liver for a week, and then we like meet up and switch.
I'm gonna be a brave man. But not.
Oh, they transported to LA. That's nice. Just the outskirts, though. Did Da Vinci believe in magic? I mean, it was the 1500s, so I guess probably.
I don't know if he, uh,
I guess so.
Is he sentient? Is anything that plugs into the mobile emitter sentient?
does does the mobile emitter contain like a human soul, which it which powers it, and it uses that to like
This isn't Warhammer 40K.
Is it like is this like some Trucid Bakura stuff where they just like
There
put
are
your
evil monsters bent on destruction of the galaxy in layers of subspace. Now, I don't quite understand this conversation, because, like, I get the whole, there are things beyond human understanding, but she's saying that she can understand, but he can't. Like,
Picard did
physically,
it
he's
way
not capable
better
of it.
than Who Watches the Watchers.
Yeah, but Picard was an idiot. I'm gonna pretend not to be a god while presenting myself as a god.
Well, that's the point. That's how he got him to understand the concept. He didn't portray himself as a god. He literally said, "I'm not a god." That's the whole point of his little speech.
Yeah, but he totally Emperor of Mankind it. I am not worthy of your devotion. He is the Messiah.
That like Life of Brian did.
Only the true overseer denies his divinity. Was he the overseer? I think that was his name.
Because he was an emissary. I wonder about Cisco because he was an emissary.
Is she looking for Chakotay? Because he's in space. I don't know what she's looking around for.
Aren't we all in space, Ryan?
I mean, I guess. All these people gotta lament all the time how they never get to see Earth, even the Vulcans for some reason. But, we get to hang out there all the time.
Yeet. We are not in space.
There's no such thing as space, it's a dome. And there's little jewels inside that reflect the light of the sun, which is a spotlight.
Of course.
Of course.
But why did you build it out here, Vinci? You're like miles from the city.
Zombie just want to have a place to fly, have a faraway place. I don't know.
Vinci, we just established you're immortal. It's fine. You can't die.
No, start doing martial arts. We've seen them do this before, where they can like teach holograms things. Put like a Matrix thing here and have Kung Fu Da Vinci just open up a can on these aliens.
Why did they stop firing? No, shoot them. Don't run, shoot them. You have a gun. Use the gun.
Use gun on Da Vinci.
I don't want to die, but they might die if they do that.
That's not flying. That's falling with style. This is why it's called Concerning Flight, because it's the dramatic end of the episode. Leonardo da Vinci and Captain Catherine Janeway fly away into space.
What if they're like, oh, hey,
Wait.
yo, doctor, you're fired because we found like a literal, like one of the smartest humans to ever live, and so yeah, no more you. We're dropping you off on Cestus 3.
It's a big car.
Actually, that's a good point. I like being in the stranded in the Delta Quadrant has got to really suck. But can you imagine just like the job security?
Some people's jobs are a little too secure, Harry.
Like, I feel like if Chakotay cracked a beer while on the bridge.
What can you do about it, Kathy?
Yeah, like it's a good thing their lives are constantly in danger, or else like there would be nothing stopping them from that they're just like completely letting loose and throwing huge ragers every day, and like the Tuvox tactical console would get like really sticky because people keep like spilling stuff on it and things.
Like, they just stop showing up wearing the Starfleet uniform and go back to wearing civvy dresses.
They yeah, like they start to wear like Tom Paris like walks onto the bridge wearing a pair of khakis, and he's like, "I know there's nothing you can do about it. I'm the best pilot you have.
Like,
I want a raise."
he's wearing a red Hawaiian shirt just to be barely in dress code.
No, he just ditches the dress code altogether.
That's right. I'm wearing a blue Hawaiian t-shirt. I'm in the science division now.
The Boogaloo Boys. I hate the Boogaloo Boys.
Poor Da Vinci doesn't know he's flying right now. It's so hard to tell if he's alive.
Can he replicate himself?
Probably, with a few well-placed commands to the computer.
Does he need like another hologram to do that, or could you think he can like reproduce via budding?
It'd probably take a while, because budding only gives you 0.02 pop assembly per month, per pop, and he's only one pop. So it'd take 100, it would take a long time. 50 months.
That's yeah, that'd probably be a while. I mean, compared to a regular human, though, it's pretty. It's comparable in terms of like gestation, and if you think
50
about
months.
how holograms live forever, like it's definitely the more efficient way to do things in the long term.
Okay. Also, 1 minute to Neelix's death. Mortal Coil.
For the Neelix Dies episode, can we watch? Can we watch the trailer for the Neelix Dies episode?
Why?
I'm sure it will be fantastic.
I don't really have that ready or able to queue up on demand, really. I would need to
Darn.
change my audio settings around.
Darn.
But if you would like to summarize.
Here, what if I play it and I just like play it really loudly and I just turn off like noise suppression?
Oh, no.
What's the name of the episode again?
Don't worry about it.
Darn.
Just what's the trailer like?
Well, you've seen the trailers for like individual
What I
episodes.
think is you
of
should
Star
press
Trek,
play in
right?
4, 3, 2, 1, 0. How does he die though? Does he poison himself?
No, he gets like electrocuted.
Yeah, he gets stuck in the microwave.
Tuvok doesn't choke him out.
I wish.
Protomatter? What? What? How did Neelix get protomatter?
That's one of his defining character traits, Ryan. Neelix will, at times, just like every couple of days, just produce from his body, a sample of protomatter. It's one of the reasons they keep him around.
Seven is gonna have the indignity of being the one to have to save his life. Poor woman.
7, we could tolerate you being a former Borg. We could tolerate your behavior, but we could not tolerate this.
Her not wanting to eat Neelix's food?
Oh no, bringing him back from the dead.
Oh yes, that's too far. It's not okay.
7, we can't approve of this. Why? Because it's against ethics, legality, and morals. No, we just hated his fucking guts.
Okay, so
Well, I
Naomi
mean,
Wildman was born.
Back to dead, right? Like we finally got rid of him.
When was Naomi's birth episode? That was with the Vidians,
Deadlock.
wasn't Deadlock?
And this is even the real Naomi. She's from the other ship.
Okay, so that
Our
was
Naomi.
just under 2 years ago.
She's like a 6-year-old.
All species on Star Trek, except humans, which is why this person's not a human, just aged 5 times faster than humans.
Except for
Yeah,
the one
but-
that aged 5 times as slow, like Mr. Vulcan.
No,
Like
the
Baby
weird
Yoda.
part is like, Ensign Wildman was pregnant with her for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's gotta suck.
Oh God, that poor woman.
And then Naomi has those spikes in her forehead. It's just
That was actually
no.
a plot reason why they had to beam her out of their mom.
yeah,
like
because
they mentioned that in the episode for some reason.
However, this is in multiple ways fake Naomi. One, because, as you said, alternate universe Naomi. But 2, this is not. God, what's her name? Scarlet something?
Oh, yeah,
It's the wrong actor.
the girl in the band.
The girl from Reba. Yeah, fake Naomi.
The real Naomi died when her lungs couldn't inflate after being born.
Legend says this Naomi actor left the show because Neelix was too creepy.
You know, I, I, I don't blame the girl.
Neelix is trying to feed his kryptonite addiction to tubes.
Kill him. He's gonna electrocute himself on board components. He's getting real close to that stuff. Ah, it's a double-walled insulated thermos. It's perfect for protomatter. Oh yes, the best line about the Kazon.
69.
Rick.
Yes! Unworthy of assimilation. Detract from perfect.
Oh,
Savage.
Um,
Even the writers knew the Kazon were trash. Is this the Pillars of Creation? It is. Why are they in the Pillars of
Think
Creation?
so.
Well, the Pillars of Creation are really far away, Ryan. They could be in the Delta Quadrant.
I'm pretty sure that scale was also wildly off. The Pillars of Creation are like light years. Those look like they were about 2 kilometers wide.
Do you think Chakotay's favorite kind of pizza is?
The leftmost pillar is about 4 light years in length, okay? And so, based on proportion, it's like 1 light year across, whereas that's about 30 meters.
I bet Chakotay likes a pepperoni pizza.
Where I need to look up where in the galaxy the pillars are.
I can't believe that freaking pillar just aimbotted him through the windshield.
I'm trying to find a real map of the galaxy. Well, a map of the real galaxy that says like, oh, Pillars of Creation Eagle Nebula is here. But yeah, I'm not finding that. Okay, it's in the Eagle Nebula. Where's the Eagle Nebula? The Eagle Nebula, oh. The Eagle Nebula with the Pillars of Creation is 7,000 light years from Earth. Which,
so
not that
That's
far.
basically the Delta Quadrant.
That's not even close.
no, they're like 70,000.
That's close enough, I'd say.
Well, the thing is, in astronomy, if you're within an order of magnitude, it's generally considered correct. And 7,000 is exactly 1 order of magnitude away from 70,000.
Once again, I proved correct. By the way, Ryan, I'm really glad we're watching 70 episodes, or no, 30 episodes of Star Trek Voyager today.
Dude, I gotta go to bed at some point. I got a job. I can't
Well,
just...
in fact, it's within 1 order of magnitude, and it's astronomy because it's set in space.
If we play that at 10 times speed, we can watch 30 episodes.
That's
I
another
think-
that's another idea for when we really need to dig to the bottom of the barrel. when we run out of episodes to watch. We watch like an entire season sped up, or possibly even the entire franchise. Like Blink Twice, you'll miss it, but yeah, that was a whole that was
Do the
1 hour.
do an entire show like all of TNG within one episode length.
Yeah, like things would happen enough where we might be able to comment on it. You know,
We get like
Like,
1 second per episode.
well, no, we'd have like a minute or two maybe.
Well, let's see. There's 180-ish episodes of TNG. We have 45 minutes. So 45 divided
I
by
thought you were
180.
doing it all in a 3 hour span.
No, all within one episode. We would have 15 seconds per episode. About.
So it would be fast enough where we could comment on it. And we might even be able to recognize particular episodes.
Oh, stomach! The Epic of Gilgamesh, and it's gone. The Epic of Gilgamesh. We'd missed it. Oh, I missed his death. Did we see him being electrocuted, or was it off screen?
Oh, we saw him. He got aim prodded through the windshield.
I missed it. I was looking away.
It's like Talaxians mourn their dead for 37 years in a ritualistic mourning ceremony involving lots of howling.
Hey, do you know who should have said that line? Starfleet's best anthropologist, Chakotay.
Ah, of course. Did you know he was also one of the finest boxers at the Academy?
Mm-hmm. Beat the only telekinetic Vorta to death with his bare hands. So,
Can be.
are you familiar with the fact of the medical term, you're not dead until you're hot and dead?
I suppose a little bit. I don't know if it
Well,
applies in this context.
I mean, it doesn't matter for me because I know I'll be fucked as soon as I die.
Basically, due to how resuscitation technology has increased over the years, you can bring people back if you've been keeping them on ice for a while.
Janeway, I don't know if that's true. Is that true?
I want to check out the current record.
I feel like we've cured death in Star Trek at least once or twice by now.
Anyone got that super blood laying around?
No, Janeway. You see, even the doctor's objecting. He doesn't want to do this. Just let him die.
The current record seems to be 6.5 hours on CPR.
The doctor swore an oath, except he didn't, because he was just programmed and activated. But hypothetically, the doctor swore an oath to do no harm, and reviving Neelix is doing harm to everybody else on the ship.
Wait, yeah, no, I don't think he's ever been sworn in. I think he just has the Hippocratic Oath coded into him.
No, I like to think they like there's like once they copy like the EMH partition over, there's a little ceremony where they have like 300 of them, you know, they make them in batches. And they all do it at once. They're like, "Congratulations, you're born."
But no. But they're just robot. I mean, they're just programs. Why would you swear in a program?
I don't know.
I was thinking about oaths for a second, and I was reminded of the unbreakable oath from Harry Potter. What if everyone who's suspected of being a dark wizard, or just like every student, each teacher, you pull a student in, you put a gun to their head and make them take an unbreakable oath not to turn into an evil wizard?
That would be being smart and proactive.
Why did they send SEAL Team 6 after Voldemort?
Seriously, Voldemort could have been defeated by a gun.
He just sent in an ATF squad saying that, yeah, they have a huge stockpile of guns and drugs at this location. and they just send in the ATF.
The CIA builds like a scale replica of like Azkaban or something in the desert for the Marines to
Ah,
train
the
on.
wizard torture. The torture chambers. Yes. God.
I don't think they actually establish how well, excluding the Excruciatus curse, wizards would be great at an enhanced interrogation.
Why is one of the unforgivable curses just like telekinesis?
Who's the first wizard in space?
Voldemort, as soon as
Yeah.
the military gets to him with those rockets.
Yeah, like he can't die. Just strap him to Titan 4. Up, chuck him,
Yeah, you could literally just throw him into the vastness of space.
or even better, throw him into the sun.
Or just shoot him with a gun.
Well, the whole point is that he's immortal because he did a Koschei the Deathless where he put his soul into various objects.
Yeah, but it took him like 40 years to revive, so that gives us 40 years to find them again.
And then you can make like you can make the 40-year Voldemort hunt like a big event like the Olympics.
Okay, here's the thing. If I was an immortal dictator and I had to split my soul into 7 pieces, I would just split it into things that were mundane. Like, yes, I'll leave a pen at this office space. No one will ever be able to find it.
I'll imbue my soul and with like I'll put my soul in like the Voyager Golden Record. Good luck at that thing.
I'll put my soul in Voyager's Neelix because the writers won't let him die.
It's weird that I'm kind of vibing with how existentially crisis looking he is right now.
My Horcrux is this rock that I'm just going to drop into the ocean.
It would actually be really funny if Voldemort made the Titanic's bell his Horcrux.
Well, I have the bell.
Is he making moonshine?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, he was cured like immediately. Took like 2 minutes. And they'll never use it again. Oh no, Lieutenant Carey got shot. There's nothing we can do for him.
Was there a when's the last time a member of the Voyager crew dies?
I think it's Lieutenant
Friendship
Carey.
one. He was there for the entirety and he died at the end.
Well, he wasn't there for quite the entirety because the writers forgot about him and thought they already killed him.
I mean, it's the same reason why Naomi Wildman's mom is still alive. They legitimately forgot that they didn't kill off Ensign Wildman until Endgame.
Doesn't sound right. Are you sure? Are you sure, Seven?
Well, is anyone here really into Warhammer 40k? They
I
updated
played
the
Total War
squats.
Warhammer once or twice.
They updated the squats and called them the Leagues of Votan. And their engines and their big computers are just the gestalt consciousness of deceased dwarves.
Okay.
So I think this is what she's talking about.
They joined the Borg stream. Okay, so yes, he just wants to do something to make himself feel alive. Got it. Just distract himself from the fact that, no, he doesn't get an afterlife. He's trash. Doesn't deserve one. Wait, what? It can do this? Since when can shuttles do this? Okay, now I
Maybe
get to see him
a
die again.
holographic shuttle inside a holographic hangar.
Well, he died, Chakotay, remember? Oh, this is the holodeck. Yes, good. Now let Hollow Neelix stay dead. Jesus. Yeah, that's how it works, Neelix. Most humans in Star Trek seem to be atheists. So Neelix is gonna be like, "Oh, there was no afterlife for me," and they're like, "Yeah, I know. What do you mean?
You haven't died before, Neelix?
You don't become one with the Force." Yep, you just die, and you cease to exist. Sucks to suck, Neelix. Though some species do actually have afterlives. The Klingons seem to have an actual afterlife. It's just Talaxians don't deserve one.
Well, they have a myth, but I don't think they actually establish, other than having weird fever dreams, that it exists. Have they?
Unclear.
Real quick, I looked up like how the Voyager crew complement shifts over the course of the show, and it goes down, but then also it will like randomly go back up, fluctuating between like 143 and 150.
So I have a question. If B'Elanna technically got admittance to Stovokor, would Miral, her quarter Klingon child, also get admittance? And where does this like entry ability end when it comes to how much Klingon you are?
Do they have a Klingon one drop rule, but if you have one drop of Klingon blood, you're honorable?
Like, if you bring up this mythology, we're going to question the laws of it.
But Jadzia went to Stovokor. So you don't have to be Klingon, it's just whether you're into Klingons. Klingon weeaboos get to go to Stovokor.
Oh no. Can you imagine just some guy who can't even pronounce Kapla correctly? And you have to spend an eternity with him in a dining hall?
Oh god, Harry, what are you wearing? I feel like you just shook those bonds, my dude. Do the Bajorans get an afterlife? Because we know their gods are real, but I also get the impression their gods kind of don't care.
Do you think, like, does anyone want to get buried in the wormhole from Bajor?
I assume so. Buried on that weird planet that's simultaneously a park and Malachor 5?
Yeah.
What I love about DS9 is that they say he's with the prophets now, but they never ever establish that. Yeah, that's what happens. It's
The
just something
prophets
they
don't care.
say. I don't think. I Are you
What do you
familiar
mean
about
they
that
are
theory about
alive?
how? Well, okay. Are you familiar with that theory that the prophets are just really evolved Bajorans?
No, but it sounds like a theory that would exist for sure.
And how their current existence depends on their previous existence as Bajorans?
So they get reincarnated. Good Bajorans turn into prophets. Bad Bajorans turn into wraiths, I guess. Yes.
They kept on calling themselves of Bajor. It's like trying to get her socially awkward kid to mingle with the rest of the kids at pre-K.
Good to know.
Is he having a panic attack?
Yeah. They just eulogize him. Also, don't put it back on the plate. Get rid of that. It's
Yeah, just get rid of it. Oh my god, he put it back on the kitchen counter.
like, oh yes, free salad. I'll take it. I mean, there might be, Neelix. You don't know. This is Star Trek. Things go crazy. There might be a monster. In
Just
fact,
saying,
we've
last
had at
time we
least one
came
episode
to
where there was a
my
monster.
room or something, it turned out to be like a space demon.
There was that one time when Rumpelstiltskin was in the kids' room.
And Paul Meany had to put his foot down saying, no, that's not going to be a fucking leprechaun.
Oh, well, what do you know? Poor Column.
Oh yeah, he was there for Up the Long Ladder.
I'm sure he loved that episode.
Oh god.
And that's all it is. It's a dream.
Full of E-blocks.
Oh,
God, who the heck is this kid? This is not my Naomi.
I just think they underutilized Naomi Wildman.
Subunit of Ensign Samantha Wildman?
Correct. Because I think they should have actually like leaned into the fact that like certain divisions were vying for Naomi because she could actually replace and offset a work deficit.
Oh, God.
Like so like Paris is trying to like teach her how to fly the ship. Naomi's just hanging around the doctor for medical training,
There's no,
astrometrics, and
there's
then
no
training
point
with
in vying
Tuvok.
for it. Because we know Naomi's gonna become the captain. She don't need no medical training.
But it'd be like kind of cute to see her like trying to learn various departments.
Yeah. Though, I mean, it is child labor, because she's 2. Less than 2, actually.
Naomi,
it
this
did-
is a Federation Class 3 phaser. It can melt through titanium.
Is it bad that I want to see Tuvok giving Naomi shooting lessons? Now that you suggested it.
Now, Naomi, if Neelix ever gets too close to you, I want you to pull out this phaser.
Like that
In
meme
fact, if he stays
about,
away from you, just find him and kill him.
like that one meme about the gym guy teaching Isabel how to shoot.
Oh god, is he being assimilated? No, he's just dying again.
Placebo effect? Psychosomatic necrosis.
Oh good, a constant reminder of his mortality and the fact that his afterlife is a lie. That'll... yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very subtle, Star Trek, thank you. Bring me the knife. That's
My
not
Chet each
technology,
must kill
that's...
me.
That's just drugs.
Just Tuvok and Naomi, like, learning how to shoot in the holodeck.
Jesus. Do you think they told Naomi that she died?
I look inside myself when I get my surgery
Yeah,
every
okay.
month.
Which is why I use it at the spur of the moment and suddenly whenever the plot demands.
Oh yeah, I meant to mention when we introed the stream that I was pretty sure we were going to get an Akuchi Moya. I hope this is the last Akuchi Moya. Though, Neelix, there are no bones of your people. They were atomized, remember?
So what's really funny is that Alexa makes an appearance in a DS9 novel.
Why? Isn't she dead?
No. She and Chakotay were both kidnapped by someone who wanted to experiment on their DNA.
But she's in the afterlife.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about Chakotay's sister.
Oh. Chakotay has a sister?
Yeah. Yeah, and in one of the DS9 novels, he has a sister, and they both get kidnapped because someone wanted to experiment on their, like, sky people DNA.
Okay. We did it. Did Chakotay just tell him to airlock himself?
He did. You have to leave the ship.
You have to leave the ship and put down a deposit on a cheap apartment somewhere far away from here.
He can't see you.
Oh. I honestly love the whole temporarily blocked and then the person that you were trying to get to is gone trope.
It just reminds me of in video games where they, like, move your camera for a second or make you go through a door, squeeze through a narrow passage just to spawn or despawn things.
Well, it's how I remember things as a kid. I looked away for 20 seconds and someone was gone.
Wait. Wait, do they reuse the set for Flotter's Forest? I think they
Yes,
do. Oh my god.
they do.
Did Neelix model the program after his afterlife with his dead sister?
Possibly. And isn't the fire monster supposed to be a representation of his sister being burnt up?
Oh, that's fun.
I mean, I'm just leaning into the idea.
Who wrote this episode? What's wrong with them?
I like this. This is the best we could have ever gotten from this premise. They're doing a great job here.
It's just
Oh,
horrifying.
God.
What? Is this what you wanted from Mirakuchi Moya?
This is a bad trip.
Dude, you took way too much. Oh, I heard a Borg sound. Is there a drone here?
I think he's finding his casket.
Heal yourself. Free us of your stupidity.
All right.
I wonder if the actor for Naomi knew what she was saying in that line. You know what you have to do.
What do you think the
Heal
Agatha
yourself.
cast did after they were done shooting the scene? I actually realized they probably shot the scene at the same time they shot the the real
The
life
monsters?
equivalent of this scene earlier in the episode. So like as soon as they were done with like the Neelix party, they're like, all right guys, now it's time for the tell Neelix to kill himself part of the episode, and they just like had to turn on a dime while they were still in costume.
No, Neelix, I'm afraid making peace with your past, not going to give you an afterlife. Apparently you wouldn't know if that's explicitly a lie. She'll never do it for anyone ever again. Does he want to be assimilated because then he'll live forever?
Maybe.
Airlock? No. Okay. Maybe airlock?
If Neelix succeeded in like dying, they could have just brought him back to life again.
That could be a regular game the crew plays. They find new and creative ways to kill Neelix, Seven revives them, and they start all over again.
That shot where we see like Neelix's butt just like ruined the immersion for me for a moment because I just realized that Neelix the alien is really just human actor Ethan Phillips in jeans.
They put him through the Kobali resurrection thingamajig.
Ah, I have one of those mugs right next to me. Wow, it even sounds the same being put down on a table. How's this episode gonna wrap up? It's almost over, but he's still right in the middle of his existential crisis.
Oh, this episode has quite the ending.
Zero idea what it is. All I remember is the tree and the death. Is he gonna stab himself? In some way. In some way.
Did he die yet?
He's died at least once, and he's about to kill himself again.
Yay!
This is really dark, guys.
Yeah, but it's
Neelix
Neelix,
just
so it's
needs to-
okay.
Yeah. He just needs to pull himself up by his bootstraps.
What? What? He's just gonna suffocate and he could at least leave himself, dematerialized. He doesn't have to suffocate in a nebula in space.
He could literally just teleport himself and then just let the energy dissipate. Plus, I'm pretty sure there are chemicals that humans can tolerate and consume, while Tlaxians cannot.
Can we talk about how messed up this scene is? Like,
Chakotay, shoot him. No, there was really only one way to interpret this.
Yeah.
They were very clear, Chakotay. Chakotay, let him die.
Is the Federation pro-euthanasia?
Are they? I don't know.
this is a question that I don't think they are, because we had that whole Morph episode.
Well, they were gonna let him kill himself. He just had to have Alexander bring him
Riker
the
do it.
knife. Picard was into it.
Oh, Picard would have just stabbed him, no questions asked.
Picard's an expert at heart stabbings.
Yeah, he has personal experience.
But all joking aside, no, Picard actually was gonna let him go through with it if he wanted to.
Is this the exact opposite of what he told Tuvok about getting his brain sorted out?
Yeah, he just tells whatever is convenient to make them, do what he wants. Wow, how are you lying, Samantha?
I think Sam just realized what's going on right then.
He's been guilted back into living.
Mm-hmm.
No, she
Oh,
doesn't. She doesn't need him. Balana can handle that. That's an engineering problem. Or security. Or literally anyone else.
I mean, he can always just do the site-to-site transport again if he wants to get out there.
I'll take Naomi with me. No, Sam, you don't leave him alone with your kid. He's dangerous right now. Okay, yeah,
I feel like
supervise
that
him.
was actually a pretty good Chakotay scene. Like one of the few times he's actually like, "Oh, I kind of start." You feel like he believes what he's saying for
Yeah, but he
probably
did it to save Neelix.
one of 5 times in the whole series.
If he saved anyone else with it, it would have been good.
I actually think Neelix is an underrated character.
Oh, wildly. It's just they don't give him good material.
I used to absolutely despise him when I was like watching the show as a kid because he was just like annoying, basically clown man. But now I quite like him as a character.
If they played up to the fact like he's being this jovial and this friendly as a front because he's absolutely dying inside, that'd be kind of compelling.
In this episode, we saw Neelix die on the outside.
Wow. All right. Last episode, everyone queue up Waking Moments, which is the Naked Tuvok episode.
Yay. Nude Vok.
1 minute to that. Looks all queued up. Everything looks good. And then, while we're here, what's next on the docket? What's next week? I don't really look ahead too far in Star Trek. Season 4. Message in a Bottle. Oh, that's Andy
Ooh.
Dick. Andy Dick,
Oh.
and then Hunters, which is the introduction of. Also, I just clicked the wrong button and deloaded the episode. Okay. Hunters, which is the introduction of the Hirogen, and Prey, which is Hirogen Part 2. Okay.
Oh, Hunters is one of the best Voyager episodes.
I don't remember what it's actually about. It just sounds like a Hirogen episode. Press play in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play. What happens in Hunters? Nothing happens in Hunters.
Not much. It's just a good episode.
Let's see. I need like on the Next Generation, I just need one scene to know the exact episode, but on Voyager, I need a couple.
They need that's where they tap into like the Hirogen comm network.
Is this the first time they encounter the
And like
Hirogen?
the Hirogen get all pissed about it, I think.
Yeah. And then
And 7 of 9's like, I use electricity on you. Zap, zap.
So
I get the
that's,
feeling that so many people in IT have dreamed about doing that.
That one's Message in a Bottle. Hunters is right after that. So we meet the Hirogen briefly in Message in a Bottle, and then we have an actual Hirogen episode.
Is this the one where the Hirogen guy is chasing 847-2 around?
Yeah, and then they
kinda-
decide to co-opt Voyager's holograms.
That like 2-parter is amazing.
In the flesh, or what was it called?
The one where they do the World War II in the holodeck thing.
Yeah, Janeway dressed up as some like Hepburn sort of style character.
Oh, what's the restaurant called again? Someone
can't
will.
Cisco's Creole Restaurant.
No, it was like a
No,
French.
Janeway's.
Janeway's Restaurant?
Yeah, when she thinks she's the French resistance.
Oh.
Something de Leon, is it? I don't know.
The look, it's French. I don't know how to pronounce it. Le Coeur de Lion. That's a salt 7. You can't do that.
Yes, LaCroix de Leon.
So water of lion.
Does LaCroix even mean water, or is it just the terrible water brand?
I don't know.
Why is LaCroix falling from the sky?
Tastes just the same.
I don't know why I'm
Polluted.
like, why is Neelix seems so menacing right now?
Because he's a badass?
Because he's still in his thinking about suicide stage.
Oh, he's still in his goth phase. That's what it is.
Okay.
Man, I have not seen this episode before, and I am in for a time, aren't I?
You haven't? Wow, that's a rare treat.
Oh, Balana, you weren't in the last 2 episodes. Wow, long time no see.
Well, it's because she was pregnant. Like that's why she's sitting down.
Away from the
Is she
camera.
pregnant IRL?
Yeah, she was pregnant
Yeah.
IRL.
Ah.
With
It's why
like a Damar's
it's
baby.
You know, Ryan, in my haste to report to the Star Trek stream, I actually forgot to put on my uniform.
Okay, that's fine. You can be naked during this. I don't care. Is that dude?
he's just
There's something on the shuttle.
Oh. Whose dream is this? Is this 7 of 9's or Kim's?
Kim's.
Oh, Kim.
As you're about to see. Why are you screaming? Isn't he handsome enough for you?
Should have been wearing her cat suit.
No, he should have leaned in for another kiss.
If that happens, shouldn't the computer be like, okay, I'm gonna notify someone that he just like screamed for no reason in his sleep?
Nah, it's fine.
I didn't know it was possible to make a weirder version of Night Terrors.
Wait, is Night... Yeah, Night Terror is the one with...
That's
Where
one
are
Riker
you?
Can't sleep.
Where are you? Yeah, it's that one.
Ah. Not to be confused with Schisms, which is the other Night Terrors episode. Where...
Is that the one where Riker can't sleep?
Yes, because he keeps... various people on the crew keep being abducted.
Yeah.
And
And
Worf
they hear
is
the
scared of
clicking noises
scissors.
on the table.
Yeah.
More clicking, louder!
They say change the table to a wooden table, and then it turns into this weird slab thing.
That scene still like sticks with me, and just like really blew my mind as a kid that you could just like describe an object. I know, just quickly create a model of whatever you wanted, like perfect.
I mean, it
fidelity.
tries. It
Like,
looks nothing like a table.
I mean, it set my bar way too high for like 3D modeling software and the capabilities of computers.
I mean, think about the sample material that the ship had. I think it could psychologically profile against the requests quite accurately.
Well, I mean, it records their brain scans.
Yeah. And it also has access to like all of human literature. So it has all the reference points.
But, like, can you imagine like Janeway punching in like Torres is like chief of science? I mean, engineering, and the computer's just saying no, she is too emotionally volatile. Here are some alternatives.
But yeah, engineering should be the first on the list for that. You want someone that's like extremely volatile to run all the things that need to never be out of sync.
And especially one in which you threatened her very life and safety just a few episodes ago. So yeah, the reason why she's wearing that engineering jacket is because IRL, the actress, is pregnant at this time.
Which is also why we're only filming her from like the shoulders up.
Yeah.
she got the bump already?
I mean, it's hard to tell because we're only seeing it from the shoulders up, but presumably, yes.
Okay, what was that episode where in TNG where the trailer introduced?
What?
Symbiosis.
No, the host. The host. Gates of
Symbiosis.
Fatic.
Oh, right.
No, symbiosis was the drug one.
Oh,
Yeah,
symbiote.
the host. The host. Yeah, no, Gates McFadden was pregnant during that, so they had to like carefully shoot around her.
What was symbiosis about? That was season 1, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Drugs
was
make
the
him feel strange, but also good.
yeah, it was just Tasha Yar's 2-minute drug talk.
Oh, okay.
It makes you feel good for a while, Wesley, but it's not real.
It's not like the Federation would have a rampant drug problem for having no desire or need to do real labor.
Why do drugs when you can mow a lawn?
Yeah, why would you intern at under the science officer Jake and not do drugs all the time, you hippie?
Imagine being able to go
Roxanne,
into
you're a
holodeck and
married woman.
literally go anywhere you want in the whole world. Oh,
I think I would actually just bury myself up to my neck in hot sand.
which planet though?
I don't know, Earth, maybe Zuma Beach in California.
Lies. Food propaganda.
Food probably. Yeah, to be honest, if I don't eat breakfast, I'm a zombie. But the second that food goes inside, I'm totally fine.
Okay, but why would Neelix put that in there?
What's Neelix cooking on that grill?
It looks like little breakfast burritos. Tamales?
Maybe Neelix's cooking oil is so dirty it has the color of coffee.
Oh god, he's cooking everything in gutter oil.
He's cooking it in Leola root oil, of course.
That protomatter they got from the last episode.
You can't get that bitter aftertaste unless you cook it all in Leola root oil.
So I remember listening to a story about a woman who went to South Africa and got her arm torn off by an alligator.
Lovely.
And a month later, she went back to the same creek, killed the alligator, and then ate it.
Oh, that is awesome.
Okay.
Get her arm back?
So
I mean,
can
by
understand
proxy,
the
parts
idea
of-
about using the protomatter to cook.
What you gotta do is you gotta tear off the alligator's arm and graft it on your own body.
Yeah.
He's literally walking in with coffee. It's like the guy being late to work with a Starbucks in hand.
Yeah, literally.
Was coffee allowed on the bridge?
It's now.
Apparently, yes.
Well, Janeway
Where do they
didn't say
put it?
get
Like,
that coffee off my
like,
bridge right this second, so I guess so.
What you gonna
Well,
do?
I
mean,
Send him to New Zealand?
When the set shakes around and stuff, like that's
in the
gotta like
holodeck in New
set home
Zealand.
for the place.
Oh.
This is just schisms and night terrors thrown into one.
Janeway, stop smiling. Something's clearly screwy here.
Yeah. So, if we're going to apply dream theory to their dreams, Paris doesn't like dying alone and out of control. Kim is afraid of sexuality. Janeway is afraid of failure. And then Tuvok's whole thing is vulnerability.
He's scared. He's specifically scared of showing up naked, which is why he wears clothes all the time.
Mm-hmm.
People talk about dreams like dreaming showing up to school naked or to work naked. I've never had one of those.
Well,
Well,
I mean, for myself, I only have I rarely dream, and the only dreams that I usually have are either like completely messed up, like drug-esque dreams, where like they're kind of Goya-esque, or they're completely nonsensical.
The last dream
You ever
I
have
had
dreams that are
involved-
just completely mundane? Like it's just you do a thing like you went to check your mail in the dreams. Like, oh, I got a letter from insurance today. Okay, and that's the whole dream.
Well, I mean, like it's either a Goya Hieronymus Bosch painting, or it's like normal life, but something fundamentally is wrong.
I like how Tubok makes that like so like it made this sound so much worse than it was. It was just
Yeah.
a classic, oh, my clothes are off dream, whereas he's making it sound like really sussy. I'm
I mean,
sure you didn't ask.
I mean, if an alien showed up in your dream and watched you completely naked, would you also feel violated?
Well, I mean, Tuvok's
I
probably
mean, if it was a
ripped,
dream, probably not.
so it could be worse.
The last dream I had involved like an extremely athletic small dog that was capable of leaping
Oh
like
God,
20 or
stop
30
there.
feet in a single bound, and it built a nest like a bird in the Metrodome.
Was the dog naked too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's dog's
Scandalous.
natural state.
Have any of you guys ever been to the wonderful Metrodome? May it rest in
So-
peace.
So my dream is that, which was kind of, like normal life, but something fundamentally is wrong. I had
Hmm.
to cash a check, but I had to write everything in Braille.
You had to write it in Braille.
Okay.
Yeah, like I had to like punch holes.
Oh, so you were punch carding your signature, but it was in Braille.
Yeah, and it was like the DMV where I'd go up and try to hand it in. They're like, "Oh, you did it wrong."
Do
You're
you-
like, oh,
do you
whoops,
know
I'm,
Braille,
a
or
little
was this
rusty on
an-
my Braille?
Was this dream like half I didn't study for the test?
No, it was like a DMV dream, but I had to punch all my information at a bank in Braille.
But do you know Braille?
No, I only know A, B, C, and D, personally.
And I suppose your name probably has more than those
None of-
letters in it.
I'm
It
pretty
does
sure
not have any
none
of
of
those
those letters.
letters.
Yeah.
I just like
this
how
a-
Oblivion character that's on the screen right now.
I was just thinking that. Like, I half expect Patrick Stewart to be lamenting about the fall of the Empire.
You. I've seen you.
In my dreams. Oh, that would actually make sense.
Yes, he does. He resembles the Paradins. 7. It's reused makeup.
Yeah, the same guy who said, Borg! I think the only thing that's missing is the head frill.
Have you heard of Cloak?
No, tell me more about Cloak.
Oh my god,
Did
Chakotay.
Cloak help me with my problem?
Yeah. Yes, it could.
How much does Cloak cost?
Only. Well, let's see. It involves committing treason, so that's sort of a mental cost.
One thief, one senator, the self-respect of one Starfleet officer. Where
That
can
sounds
I
like a
buy it?
bargain. I like how Voyager, all their cups are the same, but they're of varying heights. So they can have different amounts of coffee.
I know it sounds weird, but why don't you just get like a standard height and just pour the amount that you want in?
I see a moon, dark as blood.
What if we invent a future cup that lengthens itself depending on how much liquid is in it at the time?
Hold on, I'm actually going to Google that.
The more you pour in, the more it can
Janeway
fit.
could stay awake indefinitely because she's got the coffee nebula.
Okay, so I think the only thing that's similar is a collapsible traveling cup.
What if we make a cup out of programmable matter to do that?
You're going to have to wait until the 32nd century for that.
I got
Can you
time.
eat programmable matter as like a capsule and then it programs itself into the ideal nutrient supplement in your stomach? Well,
Oh god, he has his Akuchi. Oh Jesus.
like the captions fully spell it out for us.
Do you do this every night, Chakotay? Is this how you get to
Akuchimoya.
sleep? I mean, I guess if
What
it helps
happens
him
when
get
they
to sleep that
discover the
fast, Jesus, maybe
Akuchimoya
I should
tribe?
do Akuchimoya.
Don't do a Kuchimoya, kids.
Was that a deer?
Makes
Why is
you,
there a deer?
what did Tasha
He's
Yar
hunting.
say? It makes you feel good, but
Look at that stance change. That's a hunter stance now.
He looks like. I was about to say, the way he's holding his arms looks like he's holding a stick. And yes, he is holding a stick. Wow.
Yeah, he had a spear. And like it panned down to the spear and went back up to him right at the start of the scene.
that corn.
Is he hunting like a pig?
No, a
It's a
deer.
deer.
Oh,
It's his totem.
It's his first girlfriend.
That's
rough, buddy.
What, the deer?
No, his first girlfriend.
Turn into the moon. One of my coworkers made that reference a couple days ago and was very
Ugh.
happy that I understood. I was the only person there who did. But still.
No one understands the references to Star Trek Voyager I squeeze into every single conversation I have. They're like,
How often do you
everyone's
tell
favorite,
people?
what are you talking about? Who the heck is Neelix?
How often do you mention Akuchi Moya?
It's like, your bones, the bones of your ancestors are right there.
How do they reproduce and get materials and eat?
Don't worry about it.
Where did they get the clothing?
Maybe they wake up for a little bit.
Yeah, and like take care of that.
That's just called being nocturnal.
You can dream through like
Maybe they're asleep for like 20 hours out of 24.
Every night when you sleep in your bed, you
I mean,
have
if they can affect animals with this dream power, then they could get their animals to literally walk into traps.
you can have a dream about drowning in oil.
Oh, okay. Looks like we sorted the problem. We're done. Show's over.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, what are the odds he's still in a
that.
dream right now?
Yeah,
I'm
he
getting
is.
80,
Very high.
90%.
What would be greatest if they actually did solve the problem and then they just do nothing for the next like 30 minutes of the episode. They're like, well, now
You know what we should have had? Just like a big moon just right there. I mean, we as the audience know that this isn't the resolution because the formulaic nature of the episode states that the resolution doesn't come until the second half.
no.
You know, it'd be really nice if they actually broke formula on more than one occasion.
No, they can't
We're not
do that.
watching
That's
this like, oh, they solved it. We're watching this like, where's the twist?
This is like watching House, where it's like, oh yes, we found a cure for their obscure disease 15 minutes in. We did it.
And it's like, oh no, they're dying again.
I'm pretty sure that's the lore behind the Elder Scrolls. Like the universe is just a dream of a god.
Yeah, the being known as the Godhead dreamed everything up, and then you can actually achieve a state of like lucid dreaming called Chim, in which you realize that you're a dream, but you're also a person. So you can kind of glitch and get a god mode.
That
that's
explains
the-
console commands.
Yeah, that's the canonical
Make a little
explanation
clip.
for how you can use console commands.
Yep. And Dagoth I think, had an inverse of this where he believed that he was the dreamer and not the dream.
How'd that work out for
But
him?
He went mad and tried to kill the Nerevar.
is that the crazy like
I'm a god. What a grand intoxicating experience.
Innocence. How could you be so naive?
I'm
You
gonna be
cannot
honest, I never
escape.
got far enough in Morrowind to meet Dagoth.
No recall or intervention can work in this place.
I keep trying to
And
beat
then-
Morrowind, but I keep being turned away by the dice rolls.
Fire and war.
And then Oblivion had that really cool rule that you were essentially the demons in Oblivion, in which you kind of just respawn back on Tamriel after you died in Oblivion.
Goodbye. Fare thee well.
Have you heard of the High Elves?
I heard that syndicates of wizards are leading a boycott of imperial goods in the lands of the Altmer. I maintain Oblivion is the best Elder Scrolls.
So Kim had that dream about 7 for 17 hours.
They say
oh my
the house
god,
was
man's gonna
ransacked.
be soaked. Well,
Well,
he's got
of
the
course he did.
dogs.
He fell asleep reading a particularly erotic chapter of his grandmother's diary. Oh my god, Star Trek, we know it's still a dream. Just show us the moon and get on with the story. We know. We get it.
When does Chakotay look out the window and there's a moon? Come on.
I get it.
Like,
2,
it would
3
actually
minutes.
it would grant it a lot more terror if they explicitly like showed it was still a dream, but everyone else still thinks that they're awake.
Yeah. want
I
the
think
moon
we're
be
gonna
there
see the
whole
dream,
time.
the moon at 26:30.
You laugh, but there
I mean-
should be a Star Trek episode where a species only communicates through singing.
We have that species that like taps out songs on a pad. The doctor, it's
Albinos?
the void. The doctor teaches them how to communicate
Oh
through
yeah.
sound.
Beep, 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 beep.
25:20. So I'm saying another minute and 7 seconds to moon. Ensign Kim. So they're the only ones that matter.
Ensign Kim, I love her.
Ensign Kim, I hardly know him. Is Voyager here? Where is Voyager?
Voyager is in the Delta Quadrant.
Come on, we need the moon in 5 seconds, or I'm gonna be wrong. 4, 3, 2, 1. No. Okay, fine.
Wait, he's looking around.
Chakotay, quick, look to the left. No, okay, fine.
Oh, they got like weird bone spurs on their knuckles.
Makes for good punching.
That's the equivalent on the hand of having a funny nose. Like in terms of costume level.
If they honestly just gave these people like neon colored hair color, it would save them so much time and money. You laugh, but Kim's
Well-
actually enjoying this.
Don't they at some point realize they're actually all in a shared dream together?
Yeah.
Too many naughty dreams with me in them, and now they've taken over the ship. If only you were less of a weirdo and stopped repressing your sexuality.
It is your fault you're being captured.
There it is. Okay, I was 2 minutes off. 2 full minutes. Disgusting. Okay, now is this
He's
a
still-
dream?
I know. Just go outside and look at a window.
I think this is real.
What if, like, once they get back to Earth, like, Chakotay sees the Earth's moon, and he's like, wait a minute, I'm still dreaming. I'm
He wakes
still
up
in the
and he's like-
party."
He wakes up 30 years later and he's exhausted looking.
Oh, speaking of the moon, I had a dream last night where briefly the sky disappeared for a few seconds before apocalyptic events started happening. So watch out for that one.
There was one time, this was a long time ago, like a decade now, where, like Chakotay, I wasn't sure if I was in a dream because I had like 4 or 5 false awakenings in a row. Like, oh, I'm awake now. It's like, wait, nope. It's
How
just,
did you tell eventually that you weren't awake?
I didn't know. It was just I stopped waking up. So maybe I'm still dreaming. What do I know? Maybe
Okay,
I'll
what would
wake up and
happen
I'm
if you
suddenly
would wake up
16 again.
Oh no, that's all we die.
And then, oh god, because I went through all of school and I got a degree and then I'm going to go into the world. It's like, no, that math doesn't exist. That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about?
And now you have all the experience and knowledge of someone that's older, so you can use that as cheat codes.
But everything I know will be wrong.
Yeah, but it'll still be
It's
good
just making
experience.
things up. That's not how calculus works, Ryan. What are you talking about?
In my dream, it works like this.
It made sense then. I could pitch Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
But you'll have to get to the end of Voyager first.
But I've already... Wait. No, when I was... Oh, God. When I was 16, I'd never seen Star Trek. Star Trek might not exist.
Gene Roddenberry isn't real.
Okay, so this is one of at least 2 episodes in Voyager where people are affected psychologically by neurogenic fields.
Wow,
There's
they,
this-
left all the lights on when everyone's asleep. That's pretty wasteful.
Yeah, that's... So there's this, and there's the telepathic picture plant. But there's no Akuchi Moya there.
Man,
Yeah, but you know, Janeway's the one that gets to turn the lights up and down as she sleeps. So
It would be funny if there really was like a guy who fell asleep in his hands against like max illumination.
he like hit the dial as he fell.
man,
Just
Can you
push him
imagine,
off the
like-
chair.
how many back massages these people are gonna need after falling asleep on their consoles like this?
Yeah, this is not comfortable. I've fallen asleep like that before, and oh, it really does a number on you. It's so comfortable if you're sleep deprived, because at that point anything's comfortable. You could sit on like a bed of nails, and you're like, just resting my eyes.
Mhm.
He didn't go anywhere. No, Kim, Jesus, catch up, man.
You're in a dream, duh.
Have you guys ever had a lucid dream?
Once
Yeah.
or twice, yeah. And I could do all the flying and everything that well.
And then
That's
I
great.
just get too excited. I'm lucid dreaming, and then I wake up.
I told myself to wake up because this was not a good use of my time.
I always
And then
had.
You would.
You don't know what time it is when you're sleeping.
I know,
I
and then I woke up and it was 2 a.m. in the goddamn morning and I couldn't go back to bed.
Well,
Jesus.
one time I had an argument with someone in my dream, and they're being a big bitch. And I was like, "Oh yeah, well fuck you. I'm gonna wake up, and then you're not gonna exist anymore." And then I did, and then I was awake at like 2 in the morning, and I'm like, "Damn it, they
You played
somehow won."
yourself.
You just Thanos
I got
someone out of
played by a
existence with sheer
figment of my
willpower.
subconscious.
I've had a few lucid dreams. One where I was like, oh, I guess I might as well wake up now, and so I did, and that was it. But then a couple years ago, I started like trying to teach myself to lucid dream, like, oh, try and get things that you can recognize. Like, my thing was if I counted the fingers on my hands when I was dreaming, I would always have 6 fingers on my left hand for I don't know what reason.
Oh, God.
But
I could wake myself up by doing like a kind of like, you know, like that like thing people do like when they're imitating a fish.
no,
If I did that, I would wake up. Like,
okay. But whenever I discovered that I was in a dream, for some reason I would just get this massive headache, so I couldn't do anything anyway. I would just wake up.
they put the block on you because you were getting too powerful.
Why are you putting a containment field? This doesn't exist, Balana.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
I
if they
remember
die
what's
in their
good.
dream,
Oh,
they're
okay,
dead.
yes, she's very pregnant.
Oh.
Okay.
I've seen it. I think I'll be fine. Whatever.
She can tank a
I think
warp
if the
core
warp core
explosion.
is gonna breach in 10 seconds,
Janeway
I
can
feel like
tank
it doesn't
anything
matter
with that
whether or
coffee
not
nib.
you're inside engineering or not.
Okay,
And the
so
warp core breach is not going to help. You know, they're just a doorway. It's
there is absolutely zero way that surrounding bulkheads can tank this explosion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like I thought warp core breach meant the entire ship was going to explode.
It does.
what I want to know is, did Janeway experience that explosion visually, or
What
was
if,
it just
what
like
what if Janeway actually is immune to antimatter explosions, but
it's all the
they just
Borg
don't know this
technology?
because it only happened this one time?
The warp core failing to eject. Wow, that must be a dream. That never
yeah, that
happens
never
in the real
happens.
world. That's crazy.
It's not like that happened to the Horatio.
This is a good episode.
Tuvok's getting awfully antsy. It's like, don't risk your life for the crew, except that's your whole job.
Are we sure? So all you have to do is just realize. Oh, that was easy.
No, we're still in a dream.
Yeah, this feels like a
That's
dream
like-
now.
Yeah. Oh, and you're looking at the moon.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So is Janeway actually imaginary here, or is she just at one level up in the dream?
I don't know. But can she not see the moon?
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus.
This
This is
like
just the
people
writers
got the
screwing
idea
with
for
us.
Inception.
You know what? Just start loading them up with drugs.
What we need is an emergency command hologram. It would solve everything.
Don't play into the doctor's ego. It's already about a terabyte too big.
It would actually fix it, though. He could solve the problem.
She's doing the arm tap.
She did it with like no effort, or she just like doesn't work.
Yeah. Janeway's
Oh,
gonna
it's
kill
badass
people.
Janeway.
Through a nightmare, darkly. Oh, it's the ice caves that we saw
Just
like
launch a
6
photon
episodes ago.
torpedo at the sleeping people.
Mm-hmm.
But they have negative photon torpedoes.
But this is a dream, so they have plenty.
Wouldn't those be electron torpedoes?
I see. That's what happened.
It wouldn't
That's
be.
why Voyager had more photon
Those are
torpedoes than they had. It was all a dream.
They don't even have. They're just strewn out across a cavern floor.
Janeway
Really?
wakes up on the Borg cube, realizes that she never went back to Earth. She was just assimilated.
Just shoot him.
Where I would begin to start cackling like a mad woman and start to play the doom music.
It's because
Take
they're
him
lucid
down.
dreaming, that's why they're impervious.
Oh, where did B'Elanna go?
She went home, maternity leave.
Mm-hmm.
About 2 days. 2.5, 3.
It's water that's the issue, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the doctor can drip feed them. Or at least set up an IV.
Until they die of dehydration.
He could freeze them. He does that later.
I mean, they throw them into stasis fields. I mean, chambers. A few seasons from now.
Yeah. Super easy. Why? No. Doctor, mobile emitter. Go down yourself. Or how about that EMH backup module? We could create 2 doctors, one for the ship and one for the planet. They look pretty frail. If I were to start punching them, it looks like my fist would just go right through.
Why didn't you just give them more than one?
Just beam down some more. Why not?
Can't you just go down there and wake them up?
Yeah, you have an emitter. It's fine.
I think the reason why the doctor's up there is that if worse comes to worse, he can just kind of get the ship to move.
You can be like, go back to Earth now. Ship is like,
Yeah,
okay.
just leave.
How far down is the EMH in like the chain of command or the chain of succession?
All the way down.
He's
Naomi
he's
Wildman outranks him.
Yeah, Naomi Wildman would actually. Actually, if you think about it, wouldn't Naomi Wildman like supersede 7? As Naomi Wildman is actually a Federation citizen, while 7 of 9 is not.
7 of 9 is a citizen, right? Like she was born in the Federation.
Good job, Chakotay. You messed up. I guess it doesn't matter, though, because there's still the threat of incineration. What do these aliens even... What's their goal?
Make everyone sleep that enters their space so that they can't hurt them.
But
Yeah, but if they want
Why-
to sleep them so they can screw with them in their nightmares because they're bored.
And the guy did do some pretty good exposition at the start.
he gave them a map to his planet.
Yeah, so
Voyager
they
would
could
have
come
just
and
flown
sleep.
by.
I'm not saying there's flaws in his plan, I'm just relaying it.
Bad plan.
He's looking for that moon.
Neelix is gonna do his menacing, like, walk around the corner again, and there's gonna be all those frozen people at the table, and he's like, guess who's dead, Chakotay?
You couldn't get them home in time.
Couldn't get him home in time, Chakotay, you're still in a dream. Look, it's the moon. Time to turn into a werewolf.
A
That's not his spirit
werewolf?
animal.
And
what-
you're naked.
Wasn't it a bear?
Mhm. Look at his jammies.
Why does he have
Word.
shoulder pads in his jammies?
That's his logic jam.
That's very Romulan of you, Tuvok.
It's a little sketch.
Romulan sympathizer.
Okay, that's Star Trek Voyager. It's done.
It's done forever.
Yep, that was the finale. Star Trek Voyager's over.
It was all a dream.
God, I already forgot when the next episodes were. It was... Let me look it up. Oh yeah, Andy Dick. That's right. Andy Dick and then the Hirogen. And that's all we really need to know about it.
Andy Dick.
Yeah.
Huh?
EMH Mark II.
Ah.
Not the LMH. EMH Mark II. Though how come we never got the LMH? I mean, they weren't making it Bashir because augment stuff, but you know, still could have had
Maybe
it.
Dr. Zimmerman just got really. Maybe he just quit. Went to Risa.
I mean, we're gonna see him later and figure out what happened to him. He got sad.
He's dying.
He got
Only
an
a little.
iguana.
Leonard the iguana.
Not even a real iguana. It was a hollow iguana.
And then he programmed an assistant as well. It's
They bring in Deanna Troy to talk him out of not refusing medical care, I think.
Anyway, I believe that we're done here. Also, I'm getting a call from some company I've never heard of, so that's interesting. Don't know what's up with that. But, yeah, we're done. Stream's over. Go away.
Huh. Bye.
All right.
Or wait, guys, before you all go, do we want to watch the episode teaser for Mortal Coil?
Oh my god, let me
Sure.
just...
Let's see how they advertise that.
Yeah. All right. Do. Let me share screens. Got to make sure I don't accidentally. I forgot what the word is. You know what I mean.
Hang
All
on,
right,
I've got it.
You've got it.
And I'm posting links in YouTube so people can press play at the same time.
So who's streaming here? Am I doing it or are you doing it?
There it is. Okay. Everybody get ready to press play. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I'm sorry, what? Why is he green?
Frankenstein parallel.
I've been hobbling down that hallway. And
Yeah,
So
that
Steve, we gotta watch those before every single episode.
does not at all convey the tone of the episode.
no.
No, it
I love the
doesn't.
voiceover. Also, that like
Ugh.
weird orange Voyager logo, like before the promo started.
It's just, I don't know, man.
Death shows
It's
no
weird.
mercy except to Neelix.
Okay, now you can all go away.
You are
Get
dismissed.
thee gone from mine sight. Except I can't see you. You know what I mean.
Like an accursed demon, I am rebuked.
Begone, foul Dwemer Lake, Lord of Carrion.